We appreciate you joining us on TMJ4 News at 4 o'clock. It's so good to be with you. I'm Simone Woolridge. We begin with that massive development in the investigation of the 4th of July parade shooting in Highland Park, Illinois. Some disturbing news we are learning. Authorities confirm that after the Highland Park attack, the alleged gunman traveled to Madison, watched a celebration, and then drove back to Illinois. Police say he strongly contemplated carrying out another attack in Madison.
Investigators did develop some information that it appears when he drove to Madison, he was driving around. However, he did see a celebration that was occurring in Madison, and he seriously contemplated using the firearm he had in his vehicle to commit another shooting in Madison.
The deputy chief also announcing that Cremo had approximately 60 rounds of ammunition on him and a high-powered rifle when he traveled to that area. We have learned the FBI found Cremo's phone in Middleton, Wisconsin. The city of Middleton is about an 18-minute drive from the capital of Wisconsin. A Middleton auto shop owner tells our crew that Cremo's phone was buried in the dirt in the far end of his parking lot. And in that press conference today, the deputy chief also stated why Cremo potentially decided not to carry out an attack in the capital city.
We don't have information to suggest he planned on driving to Madison initially to commit another attack. We do believe that he was driving around following the first attack and saw the celebration. Indications are that he hadn't put enough thought and research into it.
So the question still remains right now. What was his motive? That's the question investigators are looking to get an answer to as they continue in their investigation. This morning, prosecutors said Robert Cremo III confessed to the Highland Park shooting. 7 people were killed. Their ages range from 35 to 88 years old, and more than 30 people were injured in that attack. A parade dedicated to celebrating the independence of America quickly turned to a crime scene at the hands of a lone gunman. And we are learning more about why the 4th of July, with a calendar date of 7/4, might have been the selected and planned day of the attack.
His motivation isn't necessarily clear. I don't want to go specifically into what he told investigators. However, he had some type of affinity towards the number 4 and 7, and inverse was 7/4.
The small downtown area is still locked down even as of right now as FBI evidence teams continue their work. The suspect made his first court appearance in a community still reeling 2 days after the attack. NBC News correspondent Jay Gray leads us off.
As a memorial grows at the site of the massacre, authorities now say the man responsible, Robert Cremo III, has confessed to killing 7 and wounding more than 24 during an attack at a 4th of July parade.
He went into details about what he had done. He admitted to what he had done.
Apparently identifying himself in video from the scene, acknowledging he dressed like a woman to hide tattoos and help him escape, and telling investigators he considered a second attack while he was on the run.
He was driving around. However, he did see a celebration that was occurring in Madison, and he seriously contemplated using the firearm he had in his vehicle to commit another shooting.
During a brief hearing, a judge denied bond for the 21-year-old suspect who faces 7 counts of first-degree murder, the first of what prosecutors say will be dozens of charges in the case. And we're learning more today about those who didn't survive, including Irina and Kevin McCarthy, who died saving their 2-year-old son.
He had been found under his father, who was on top of him to protect him from the gun. This poor little boy came with his parents just to celebrate freedom, and now has lost his parents.
In a place that's lost its innocence.
We are feeling this rip through our community. It's going to take a long time to heal.
And even then, most here say things will likely never be the way they were before the attack. Jay Gray, NBC News, Highland Park, Illinois.
And you heard Jay Gray mention the victims there. I want to show you those faces once again. We are learning more about some of the victims killed in that attack. Take a look. Jacqueline Sondheim, she was 63 years old. She was a former preschool teacher. Catherine Goldstein, she was 64. Her daughter tells NBC News that she was looking to have some fun at that parade after her own mother's recent death. 78-year-old Nicholas Toledo was a dual citizen between America and Mexico. An 88-year-old Stephen Strauss, his niece posting on Facebook, quote, "No one should die this way." The latest victim, 69-year-old Eduardo Uvaldo, and Irina and Kevin McCarthy, a husband and wife, were both killed. Irina's mother says the McCarthy's 2-year-old son will now be cared for by his family. Just super heartbreaking. A GoFundMe page has been started for that little boy. Aiden McCarthy will now have to grow up without the loving care from his own mom and dad. The GoFundMe page, created to help little Aiden, has received more than $2.3 million since its creation, and more than 44,000 people have donated. A neighbor of the McCarthy family struggles to find the words.
He didn't know. I don't know how they're going to tell him. How do you tell an 18-month-old boy that mommy and daddy are in heaven now?
Yeah, how do you? Well, if you would like to help Aiden, all you have to do is pull out your smartphone and scan the QR code right there on your screen. It will take you directly to our website. Of course, that's tmj4.com. That's where we have a link to that GoFundMe page.